Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petroax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petroax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into Hinchliffe Stadium on the edge of the Great Falls in Paterson, New Jersey, for this presentation of the Spring 2026 UPSL Premier Northeast American South Division. Cosmos B host the Pennsylvania Prime FC. I'm James Burley. Jorge Espinoza is the man behind the camera for this epic battle between the Cosmos Reserves and Pennsylvania Prime. The Cosmos currently atop the spring UPSL Premier Northeast American South table, 9 points out of a possible 9, 3 wins in 3, 8 goals scored, 0 conceded. But it's going to be a tough task. Pennsylvania Prime coming in only 1 point on the season, but have been level in just about every single game that they've played to this point. They've made it a good battle. They currently sit third to last in 10th in the 2026 spring UPSL table. Finished 5th in the fall last year, so a good team bringing in a lot of momentum into this season. The Cosmos looking to preserve their perfect record. We're going to have the starting lineup and first kicks in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to Hinchliffe Stadium. James Burley with Jorge Espinoza behind the camera. Cosmos B looking to extend their perfect start to the 2026 spring UPSL season, currently atop the Northeast American South Division in the Premier level. 3 wins through 3 matches, a perfect 9 points. But even more impressively, they've not conceded a goal yet to this point. So far, a 2-0 win over 5 Rivers SC, a 5-0 win when they opened up the stadium at home against Ironbound SCP, the reigning first place finishers from the 2025 fall season. A super impressive victory. And they went on the road to Holy Family University and took down Kensington SC by 1-0. Arguably facing their toughest task of the season in Pennsylvania Prime, although you wouldn't think that just by looking at the table. Prime have only got 1 draw through their first 3 matches, -4 goal difference. But in that time, they've played some impressive football. 1-1 draw to a solid NJ Alliance team to open up the season, a 5-3 loss to Bulldogs SC, and then a 2-0 loss to Union SC, who have been surging. And if you look at the table right now, you've got as many as 5 different teams on 9 points. However, the only one with a game in hand at the moment is this Cosmos side. They've yet to lose, the only undefeated team. Bulldogs SC entered the weekend 3-0 as well, but fell to Philadelphia Lone Star last night. And now the Cosmos sit alone as the only undefeated team in the division. They're looking to keep that perfect record going with a match against Pennsylvania Prime tonight. The Prime in pink going from left to right. The Cosmos in their home whites going from right to left. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visitors. It's a classic 4-3-3 for Pennsylvania Prime. In goal, the former pro Kevin Silva. The back 4 from right to left, Eric Hernandez, Owen Lambinas, the CEO and founder of the club, Noah Myers, and Zachary Grimm in the left back position. The midfield trio, Bilal Mohammed, Justin Jaime, and Bradley Tarosi. The front 3, Jonathan J.D. Haff, Stephen Riyad, and Nigel Griffith. Very strong, experienced starting 11 for the visitors. Well, they have a lot of youth in this squad. We'll see if they lean to that off the bench today. For the Cosmos, in goal, Gianni Netsai. In defense, Omre Etienne, Peter Petreschi, Remy Ivaldi, Abdul Udraugo, Brian Canales, Julian Gomez, the top scorer with 4 goals, JC Vizcaino Jr., Danny Toban, Adrian Saad, and Daryl Etienne Jr. That's a name you're going to hear a lot today, folks, Etienne. And if you're familiar with soccer in this part of New Jersey, this part of the country, really, it's a name you probably already are familiar with. Derek Etienne Jr. of Toronto FC and the Haiti national team. His 2 cousins on this team, his father and uncle are the dual head coaches of this squad. A brilliant soccer family that hails out of Paterson, New Jersey, where we stand today. Stephen Riyad looks to kick things off, and we are underway here at Hinchliffe Stadium, the beautiful historic venue, formerly of the Negro Leagues in baseball, now the home of the New York Cosmos. Here's Silva, the Bethlehem, Pennsylvania native. His clearance picked up in central midfield. Early on, looking to contain possession. The Cosmos reserves. Here's Brian Canales, the Dover, New Jersey native. Udraugo. JC Vizcaino Jr. from Clifton, played his collegiate soccer at NJCU early on, looking to get things going down the right flank position. Just a little bit too much muscle on that ball and out for a throw-in, but some dynamic play early on from the Cosmos here. Just about 1 minute into the contest. At the beautiful Hinchliffe Stadium. Just off to the left, the Great Falls of Paterson, New Jersey. A picturesque scene on this beautiful Sunday night. Looking to hold things up early. That's Tarosi in central midfield with the throw whistled for the Cosmos. And retreating all the way back for Silva, could be in a little bit of trouble here. The clearance is good enough to avoid the corner. Kevin Silva from the Lehigh Valley area where this team holds their origins to. Played with PDA growing up, one of the premier soccer academies in the New Jersey area. Played collegiately at UCLA before transferring to Rutgers, was a youth national team player, played with Hearts in Scotland, and most recently was with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds of the USL Championship. Good ball inside from Danny Toban is picked off by Owen Lambinas, and the clearance is out for another throw, absorbing a lot of pressure early here. Pennsylvania Prime. Toban, another Clifton, New Jersey native who played collegiately at NJCU alongside a number of his teammates. One of the standout players from the class of 2021 in New Jersey high school soccer. As Vizcaino fights for it, Lambinas clears again. All the way back for Daryl Etienne Jr., the former Fairleigh Dickinson man. Now Omre Etienne. Toban giving chase. Lambinas there again to clear. Just putting out fires when they can thus far. Pennsylvania Prime. Interesting football early from the Cosmos. Toban. Good interception in the middle. Bilal Mohammed there, and a chance to counter now for Pennsylvania Prime. It's just about the first time they've touched the ball in the opposing half. Good sliding challenge from Daryl Etienne Jr. Pushing it forward is Adrian Saad. Another standout from the class of 2021 in high school as the cross comes in now. Lambinas there to clear, and happy to concede the corner early. Vizcaino played 27 games at New Jersey City University. His teammate both in Clifton and at NJCU, Danny Toban, played his final year of collegiate soccer at Montclair State. Six white shirts waiting in the penalty area. As the cross from Vizcaino comes in off the left foot. It's going to be an in-swinger close to the goalkeeper Silva. He's going to have no trouble bringing that one in. And a quick clearance looking to capture the pace on the left wing side. That's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper Gianni Netzai. Kinnelon, New Jersey native Netzai in between the sticks for the Cosmos today. Played his youth soccer with the TSF Academy. Another big player within the region. Omre Etienne. Ouedraogo. And Saad looking to bounce it there, but concedes possession. Forward now for the Prime into the penalty area. Back in front, really good chance, and that one whistled across the face of goal. Went untouched. Tarosi was in there on the service. Nearly first blood drawn by the visitors. It's been all Cosmos for the first 5 minutes and change, with the best chance easily going to Pennsylvania Prime there, just inches away from taking a 1-0 lead. Bit fortunate there for the Cosmos to avoid conceding early on. Intended target there, Peter Petroax, who wears the captain's armband today. Dual citizen between the U.S. and North Macedonia. Applied his trade in North Macedonia as well. For Orid Lenidos, the Edison High School graduate. So played with NJ United AC. Canales bounces for Daryl Etienne Jr. A bit heavy on the pass, but no impending pressure. Long ball in the direction of Gomez. Good flick to open things up, but once again putting out the fire. Owen Lambinas, who's been very busy in the center defense. Here's pass for Toban in recovery. Defended away by J.D. Half. Bounced off Vizcaino. He collects it again. Ouedraogo with a good ball for Danny Toban on the left wing. Flag is down for Toban. Now Etienne, Omre Etienne into the penalty area. Good drive from Omre Etienne, and still Etienne. And only ran it as far as the goalkeeper Silva. And now a chance to exploit that evacuated space in the left back position, but intercepted in the end by Canales. Vizcaino, bounce off Gomez, and now out wide again for Toban. Cross off of his right, and Silva smart to let that one go out for a goal kick. Once again pushing the issues, Cosmos B. About 7.5 minutes into this one here at Hinchliffe Stadium. Temperature at kickoff about 55 degrees in Paterson, New Jersey. Imagine that temperature will drop as the sun goes down beyond the far stands. An energetic start from Cosmos B. Pennsylvania Prime perhaps anticipating the match to go this way. They've looked to hit on the counter a couple times and nearly struck just moments ago. It's a good turn from JD Half, but Omre Etienne does well to use the body and shield him off there. Omre Etienne also played with Haiti youth national teams and moved alongside the family to a number of very good MLS academies. Of course, started with the Red Bulls Academy, as did Derek Etienne Jr. once upon a time ago. Canales looking forward. And that one trickles all the way out for a goal kick, but after leaving Red Bulls Academy, Omre went to DC United, Columbus Crew, where of course Derek Etienne Jr. played with their MLS first team and scored the winning goal in the 2021 MLS Cup Final. Also played with TSF within the area and just finished his senior season at St. Peter's University. Early ball finds Eric Hernandez, late addition to the lineup, Temple University fullback. It was Santa Barbara, California. Stepping in there, the captain, Remy Ivaldi. Here's Ivaldi again. Saad inside. The shot is in. It's brilliant. What a finish that is from JC Vizcaino Jr. And it was only a matter of time, really. 10th minute, number 10 gets onto the score sheet. Vizcaino with a lovely turn, a left-footed strike, nothing that Silva could do there. It's 1-0 to the Cosmos in the 10th minute. His first of the season, just a little pocket of space on top of the penalty area, turn and strike. And right when it looked like they were going to keep the pressure mounting, you know, hope it wasn't one of those days where you have all the chances but can't score, but they score early. And now Pennsylvania Prime looking to fight their way back into this one. Behind the 8 ball early, it's 1-0 to the Cosmos. Fighting for it on the far side. It's Justin Jaime. Battle between Ouedraogo and Tarosi there. I think Ouedraogo took the brunt of that, and they're going to get a whistle here, as is customary with the head injuries. Good on the head referee, Colby Johnson, to get attention quickly to it. To remind you of the refereeing crew, Colby Johnson is the man in the middle. The first assistant referee, Justin Saporito. The second, Hector Rueda. And Marco Marples is the fourth official. So Ouedraogo gets attended to by the trainer on staff here at Hinchliffe Stadium. It's a dream start for the Cosmos, really. They've controlled the play to this point, had a bit of a scare in the 6th minute on a Pennsylvania Prime counterattack, but have withstood the danger and drew first blood off of a lovely left-footed strike from JC Vizcaino Jr. I'll remind you, got Daryl Etienne on one side of the defense, Omre Etienne on the other, part of the epic clan that has produced so many excellent soccer players in the area. It's not just those two, it's not just Derek Jr., but Daryl and Derek senior as well. The coaches on the touchline today, the two of them and Derek Jr. played at UVA. Danny Etienne played at Fordham and Citadel. Quincy plays at Radford. Aaron plays at JMU. And of course, Daryl at Fairleigh Dickinson. Omre at St. Peter's. We'll see what this means for Abdul Ouedraogo, the LaGuardia Redhawks man. He's come off early. Not sure if that's a head injury or perhaps a bloody nose. We'll see if they prepare a substitution early. Back underway. There's Petresky. Not the pass he wanted. Canales was the target, but intercepted instead by the visitors. Nigel Griffith bouncing that one back for Zachary Grimm. And Noah Myers couldn't find the target there. Tobon early ball, good one as well. Cut back inside, looking for Gomez. Intercepted and cleared by Myers. Goal scorer Vizcaino. Petresky. Tobon. Good ball inside for Canales, who flicks it back for Tobon. Bounces off Gomez, and here's Julian Gomez with it now. Back for Omre Etienne. Going to give it a go from distance, and it had Silva worried, but it does touch Tickle wide, and it will go out for a goal kick. Certainly took Silva by surprise there. Wasn't expecting the shot from distance, and nearly crept in on the near post. Silva did have it covered. Long ball from the goalkeeper Silva, giving chase there was Zachary Grimm. The new Tripoli, Pennsylvania native couldn't catch up to it there. Turning there is Stephen Riyad, brought down by Petresky. Those two clouded over each other. It's actually Riyad who gets called for the foul. And just back onto the pitch. Abdul Ouedraogo entering in central midfield. The ball from Canales there for Tobon, just a little bit over his head and out for a throw. Difficulty playing through that tight space, and now the Cosmos with the chance to open things up. Ouedraogo avoids the challenge from Nigel Griffith and bounces off Ivaldi. Here's Daryl Etienne. Looking for the run of Omre. Errant touch. Johnny Tobon could be in. Silva's there to avoid the challenge cleverly as well. Cheeky little flick to put out the danger. Now Hoff ran into trouble. Julian Gomez with it. Now going forward, Denny Tobon into the penalty area. Good touch from Tobon. Back inside, deflects off Myers, and that's going to be another corner. Having difficulty playing through the press. Pennsylvania Prime, the Cosmos applying extra pressure. They smell blood and are licking their chops for the second. Already leading 1-0 off the goal from J.C. Vizcaino Jr. at the 10th minute. Brian Canales going to stand over the corner, formerly of the Fox Soccer Academy, the New Jersey Alliance, Hudson Valley Hammers, and Morris Elite, now with the Morris Elite affiliated Cosmos B. The in-swinger from Canales. It's a good ball. Avoided one. Petreski finds it and just fired it over the bar. Fell very kindly to him and struck it off of his least favorite left and just leaned back maybe a tad too much. And Pennsylvania Prime getting away with another. Julian Gomez leading the line for Cosmos B. Currently leads the team with 4 goals. Came up through the Cedar Stars Academy, another prestigious youth conglomerate here in the New Jersey area. Petreski retreats back to net side. Does well to avoid the challenge from Riyad, who came flying in. Petreski again. Falls for Jonathan Hoff. Bounced off Riyad, who did stay onside. Here's Jaime. Gets it back from Riyad. Justin Jaime, chance to shoot. Jaime fires and didn't collect with it fully. And corralled by Netsai, who gets this thing moving quickly. Ivaldi. Early ball looking for Gomez. Noah Myers retreats there and recovers back for Kevin Silva. A trip there from Canales. Free kick to Pennsylvania Prime. Founded and joined UPSL in 2021 by the center back captain Noah Myers. Since then, they've climbed their way to the Premier level. Finished first in the UPSL Division 1 American South in the fall of 2024. Eventually lost the playoff final to Barcelona SCNY 2-1, but then joined the Premier flight in the following season in the spring of 2025. Didn't go as planned. Finished last in spring of 2025 in the Premier level on just 4 points, but followed that up in the fall with a 5th place finish. Their best yet at this level. 17 points, tied for 4th, only behind Lone Star on goal difference. As Griffith looks to punch this forward for Tarosi, intercepted by Etienne. Now Adrian Saad leading this forward in recovery. Hernandez just knocks that one out for another throw. To the 21st minute here at beautiful Hinchliffe Stadium. So Ouedraogo. Daryl Etienne. Canales. Good feet from Brian Canales, and he's got space to attack forward for Julian Gomez. The flag is down. Looking for Tobon, a little bit too diagonal for him to catch up to. And Grimm just punches that one out for another throw. Quick throw in though, Tobon. Oh, great ball again from Gomez. Tobon. Omre Etienne. And Canales with numbers in the penalty area. He's going to serve it into the back post. It's a good ball. Avoids a number of white shirts. That was Vizcaino on the first effort. And the second one went by Ivaldi. Another dangerous look for the Cosmos, out for a goal kick. And the Prime just pushing their players further up the pitch. They don't want to deal with this Cosmos press, and rightfully so. It's been pretty dominant to this point. Here's Myers. Bounce off Griffith, and a lovely challenge in the end from Ivaldi. And he's won the throw-in as well. Gomez held up, but Coming inside to win it was Adrian Saad, and he does well to win a deep throw-in. East Rutherford, New Jersey native Adrian Saad played at Beckton in high school, making his way over to FC Motown STA in USL 2. Playing at the UPSL level with this Cosmos B team and has looked pretty lively on that right wing. Already got 1 goal on the season to his name. Remy Evaldi. Bounces back off Tobon from the throw. Fighting with it with Nigel Griffith. And a foul whistled there on Evaldi. Evaldi, a standout at Newton High School. Played 4 years of varsity soccer. Becoming a coach at the Fox Soccer Academy. So some of these players come up through in their youth as well. Evaldi wins that one out of the air. Jaime fighting for the second, and Tarosi battles with Wedraugo. Looks perhaps a bit dangerous there to win it the way he did, but he did get only the ball, and it's out for a throw. No whistle from the referee. Brought down by Tarosi. The Freedom High School man wins a free kick there. Played 5 years at Eastern Stroudsburg. And now a chance to serve a ball in for Prime FC. Right foot and left footed option standing over it. Five pink shirts in the penalty area. Bilal Muhammad standing on top of the box for any scraps. It goes to the front post. Griffith is there, turning. Evaldi can only clear it as far as Canales. And now the chance to mount a counterattack for Cosmos B. Tobon there. Fights for it with Grimm, but an early foul called back by the referee Colby Johnson. Advantage unseen, and he's going to blow the whistle. I think that was Griffith called for the early foul on Remy Evaldi. Gianni Netsai under pressure from Riyadh. It's well deflected in the middle by Mohammed. And Griffith, the former Temple and St. John's man, couldn't keep it in play. Out for a throw. And now another stoppage. Adrian Saad could need a visit from the trainer now as he's slow to get back to his feet. Of course, you can't talk about Hinchliffe Stadium or the Cosmos without going back and doing a little bit of a history lesson. Of course, one of the most historic franchises in American soccer history, as well as one of the most historic venues in American sporting history. But the Cosmos, the original iteration in the 70s and early 80s, a name like Pele, a name like Giorgio Chinaglia, Franz Beckenbauer. A lot of big stars came through this area of the world to play their trade in front of American fans, and was later rebooted in the 2010s along with the entire NASL. As that throw-in finds Julian Gomez. He's got Tobon with him. He's going to take it himself, and very heavy strike that was blocked away by both Limbinus as well as Grimm. Now, early long ball really stretching the pitch here. Prime FC takes a bad bounce off Petreski. We'll see what the decision is from the referee, and it is going to be a corner. Looked like the head referee issued a throw, but the linesman on the near side, Justin Saporito, corrected it for a corner. And it's going to be Stephen Riyad standing over it, the former Lycoming, Coastal Carolina, and Florida International man at 3 different schools in his NCAA career. His in-swinger in on the 6-yard box, clipped away. I believe that was Tobon who got to it first as Hernandez looks to float it back in. This could be dangerous. Punched away by Netshai. And that'll put out the fire for now as it's corralled by Evaldi. Good ball into the middle. The substitute, Kayvon Gray, making his first touches, and back out for Evaldi, who's marched the length of the pitch in this moment. Good turn from Gray, but a good challenge as well from Hernandez. Another name that might sound familiar to soccer fans in the area, Kayvon Gray, twin brother of Tavon, homegrown for New York City FC, Bronx natives. Kayvon's got 1 goal on the year, the former Manhattan University man. Ouedraogo wins that one out of the air, but can only knock it out for a throw. Folks, we'll remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Thanks again to Umbro for sponsoring Game and Frame's broadcast this season. Here's Gray. Looking to bounce back off Gomez, who had a couple of pink shirts corralling and surrounding him. Instead, Griffith can play the other way. Lovely turn from Mohamed to get around the pressure of Vizcaino. And the bounce from Griffith. And a little bit too much on that ball from Riyad, and you can feel the frustration now piling up for Prime FC. It's a good bit of interplay through the middle of the park, but once they got into the attacking third, couldn't quite link up the way they liked. And now Canales controls for Cosmos. Good switch to Kayvon Gray. He's onside. That's a lovely first touch. Gray into the penalty area now. Met by Hernandez. Gray fires. Good save from Silva. Protecting his near post with a strong left hand. It's going to be another corner now as we reach the half-hour mark at Hinchliffe Stadium. I've seen some danger from corners to this point from the home side. The latest fell to the center back, Petreski. Just leaned back a bit too much and fired it over the goal. It's Vizcaino again, standing over it from the far side. Short now for Canales. Here's Brian Canales into the edge of the penalty area. Back for Vizcaino. This is lovely stuff from the Cosmos. The strike is deflected. I believe that came off Tarosi. It'll be another corner, the 4th of the evening for the New York Cosmos B. I think PA Prime will be a little bit more wary to that short corner now. They've had a look at it. Vizcaino, the goal scorer on the night, stands over the corner once again. Right on top of the 6, flicked on. I believe that was Gomez who got to it, and that one trickles out for a goal kick. Silva looking to go quickly, had a 2v2 at the halfway line. Instead, going short here for Owen Limbinus. Good little bit of hesitation there as he marches forward through central midfield. Still the center back Limbinus, and he made it all the way to the other back line, but it was won by Peter Petreski, and now they could be caught out a little bit here. Omre Etienne draws the foul from the recovering Tarosi. And now Tarosi gonna get a bit of a talking to here for dissent. Don't imagine a card will come out at this point. Colby Johnson just wants to get things to calm down here. We referred to the NASL era of the New York Cosmos, both the first and second, currently in their third era of existence, brought back to life by a number of figures, most notably Giuseppe Rossi, Bergen County soccer legend, played with the Italian national team, Manchester United, Villarreal, long time in the Italian Serie A as well. And this is also the second era of New York Cosmos B, as Canales goes with a little chip, a dink over the top that doesn't quite get over J.D. Hoff, and now a really good chance to counter. That's lovely one-touch football in the middle of the park from PA Prime, and Griffith with a burst of speed. Chance here for Pennsylvania Prime. Griffith inside, looking for Riyadh. Daryl Etienne Jr. was there to cut it out and knock it out for a throw. Before returning to the UPSL as Cosmos B in the fall of 2025, the last time the Cosmos B played was in the NPSL in 2019 as the reserves for the NASL's second reboot. Hopefully here to stay now at Hinchliffe Stadium in Paterson. Decent idea inside for Riyadh, and the clearance from Petreski. Couldn't connect with it. Deflected away for a corner. It'll be the second corner for the visitors. Bilal Muhammad came up with Lehigh Valley United Academy program that all of these Pennsylvania Prime players are surely familiar with. From Allentown, PA, played at Parkland High School, was at Temple until 2019 as well, playing in the NCAA. Driven cross, flicked off the front post by Omre Etienne. Recovering is Justin Jaime. Taken away by J.C. Vizcaino Jr., and he drew the foul. The advantage seen by the referee Johnson. Still playing advantage as Canales looks to switch. Remy Evaldi. Shouts to switch it, instead going to go route one, deflected away by Hernandez. And now a whistle. Justin Jaime, the first to go into the book. Colby Johnson has made it clear. Not going to take much lip service from the players on the field. Jaime goes into the book for dissent in the 35th minute. The former Jim Thorpe High School and Albrightsville, Pennsylvania native. Played with PDA before spending 5 years at Marist playing Division I soccer. Now Danny Tobon on the left. Touch got away from him and taken away by Grimm, but it finds its way back to the Cosmos. Ouedraogo. Evaldi. Ahead for Kayvon Gray. This is good stuff from Cosmos B. Gray awaiting his options into the penalty area, onto his left. Now for Evaldi. Off balance shot there, didn't get enough of it, and now going quickly the other way is Silva. Petreski misjudged it. Got to do some more work now, and he does. Netchai calmly plays it flat across the center of the defense. Here's Ouedraogo. Omre Etienne. Ahead for Vizcaino. His goal still remains the difference here as we approach the end of the first half in Paterson. From one Etienne to the other, here's Daryl Etienne Jr. And back to Omre with a lovely ball into a crossing position. Omre Etienne going at the defense, met by Jonathan Hoff. No foul given as he went to ground after the intervention there. Held up by Stephen Riyadh. Grimm, good turn from Jaime. I know it's a great ball as well from J.D. Huff, just a little bit too much for Nigel Griffith. Remy Evaldi recovers. Jaime still down behind the play as Griffith is whistled for the foul there. Head coach and sporting director Dave Cartwright on the touchline for Pennsylvania Prime. Johnson's now going to do his due diligence and check on Justin Jaime, who only just now gets back to his feet. I think he was a little disappointed not to get the whistle earlier. He's got to be a bit careful, already on a yellow for his discussion with the referee. Still getting back into position, Colby Johnson now chatting with J.D. Huff, former standout at Northwest Lehigh from Breiningsville. Now the Elizabethtown man, Huff with it. Defended nicely by Petrescu, who fell hand first onto the ball, but cleverly so. He draws the foul, and this one's going to come out of the back for the Cosmos. You can just hear the visiting bench getting a little bit more vocal about their discontent with some of the decisions here. Folks, be sure to check out some more matches in the UPSL Premier Flight on Saturday in the Northeast American North. The New York Renegades take on Red Hook FC. That's on May the 2nd, 7 p.m. kickoff. And in this division, the American South, UCFSC Warriors faces Bulldogs SC, 7:30 p.m. in the UPSL Premier Northeast American South. That one on Sunday the 3rd. Tons of UPSL matches coming your way as we only just gotten the ball rolling on the spring 2026 season. Good ball inside from Evaldi. He finds Gray, and now Vizcaino Jr. Good ball from Canales. Splits a few for Vizcaino inside. Julian Gomez, if he can catch up to it. Silva quick off his line to collect. Once again, Silva looking long. He's got more than 60 yards on those long balls, Kevin Silva. He's been able to stretch the Cosmos back line very effectively. It's been a big help to their counter-attacking play. And they're still only down by one. The possession figures, I imagine, favor the Cosmos very heavily at this point, but only a goal ahead. They could get caught by one of those transition moments. Well, they haven't looked like it to this point. Under 5 to go in the first half here in Paterson, New Jersey. J.C. Vizcaino's Jr., the difference thus far. His 10th minute goal, a lovely one to open the scoring. Here's Toban. Another split from Brian Canales. This time Ouedraogo steps forward. He's got Vizcaino to his left. J.C. Vizcaino Jr.'s left. Good save from Silva. And it had to be in order to prevent another from him. Out again for a corner. The 5th now for Cosmos B. And that starts with Brian Canales' lovely split in central midfield. One pass broke at least 3 different lines of players for PA Prime. Ouedraogo had the patience to find Vizcaino, and he stands over the corner. This one in on the 6-yard box, easy for Silva to collect, and he's going to go quickly out for Bilal Muhammad. Oh, good hesitation from Nigel Griffith, and he's got space to run into. Griffith into the penalty area. Here's Griffith, recovery from Azaldi, off the post, across the face of goal, still, and now collected by Netshai. Incredible run from Nigel Griffith. The recovery from Azaldi did just enough to force that onto the post. Staying ahead, New York Cosmos B. End-to-end stuff here. Here's Julian Gomez. Vizcaino. Azaldi. Vizcaino again, opening up his hips and playing centrally. All the way back for Daryl Etienne Jr. Kayvon Gray. The turn from Gray and the shot from distance right into the midsection of Silva. Folks, I've lost count of the shot counter at this point for Cosmos B. A number of big saves early from Silva, shoved to the back from Jaime, and again he's got to be careful, already on a yellow. Absolutely caught Omre Etienne from behind there. I think the angle may be a bit deceiving for some of these Pennsylvania Prime players. From where we're standing, very clearly a shove to the back from Jaime. But they did get a little bit tangled within their legs. Could look like a foul on the defense in most of those scenarios. But this time, I believe the referee, Colby Johnson's gotten that one right. He's going to come out of the back. Petroax to get things back underway. Under 2 minutes to go in the first 45. We'll see how much added time Johnson adds. Big switch from Petroax. Lovely ball over to Kayvon Gray. The former Manhattan Jasper holds it up. Remy Azaldi. Back for Gray. Thought about the cross for a moment, but Griffith there back to defend. And a good job as well to find Mohammed in central midfield. But the press intensifying once again from the Cosmos. Good bit of patience there from Hernandez. And this is more like it, breaking out of the press from Pennsylvania Prime. Binus plays it out for Zachary Grimm. And Etienne does well to close that one out for another throw. Glance to the watch from the referee Johnson. Into the 45th minute we go. With Draugo on the intercept. Vizcaino and completes the switch for Gray. Good feet from Gray to maintain possession and draw the foul. This could be the last moment of the half, but they're going to go quickly, actually. Tobon goes for Gray. The ball in for Gomez. Silva retreats and brings it down. We're into stoppage time in the first half. Giving chase here. Riyad, Omre Etienne recovering. And Daryl Etienne Jr. plays it smart and heads it back to Gianni Netzai. Avaldi. Now Peter Petroax with it. It's a good ball forward for Omre Etienne. Just a little bit too much weight on that pass. Perhaps the legs getting a bit heavier here before the end of the first half. Chance to get a 15-minute breather for both of these sides in just a moment. Brought down. Tarosi plays it forward. Jaime giving chase, and Petroax taking no prisoners, knocking that one out for a clear throw. Tarosi turns looking for Mohammed, defended beautifully by Ouedraogo. Very steady in central midfield. Would have been a big loss had he not been able to continue from his injury earlier. He's added a calmness and coolness to this central midfield alongside Canales in that double pivot. They've been brilliant, the two of them. But with space to turn in the midfield, this Pennsylvania Prime. Riyad, around one, looking for Jaime. That's a good ball from Riyad. Jaime around Petroax, but stood up nicely by the center of defense. No foul given from the referee. And net side can see more time away as we're more than 2 minutes into first half stoppage time. Bradley Tarosi. Good switch from Noah Myers. Grimm's got space to attack down the right flank. He's going to serve this one in. It's a dangerous ball. Could they get onto it? Brought down. Not cleared. Tarosi there on his right. What a save that is from Gianni Netshai. Brilliant strike from Tarosi, but Netshai was equal to it. Strong right hand to tip it over the bar, and we've got a corner to come for Pennsylvania Prime, their third of the half. Imagine this will be one of the final moments of this first half. Kevin Silva thinks the same. He's all the way up at the halfway line. It's Riyadh into the 6 on the edge. Clipped away. That was Wadraugo. And cleared by Kayvon Gray. That is the end of the first 45. Cosmos B leads 1-0 off the 10th minute tally. JC Vizcaino Jr., a lovely left-footed finish. And there's been chances on either end. The Cosmos have controlled the pace of play, but not for a couple of really good looks from Pennsylvania Prime. The halftime score, New York Cosmos B 1, Pennsylvania Prime 0.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petroax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petroax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Hinchliffe Stadium in Paterson, New Jersey. The sun just setting over the far stands as New York Cosmos B hold their 1-0 lead into the second half against Pennsylvania Prime. J.C. Vizcaino Jr.'s goal in the 10th minute still stands as the difference maker through 45 minutes. The second half awaiting us here in Paterson, just on the edge of the Great Falls. A beautiful night in New Jersey. Just getting a little bit colder though. We'll see how the teams deal with the elements as we approach the second half. James Burley, happy to have you with us on Game and Frame. Jorge Espinoza is the man behind the camera. We'll remind you a couple of matches to tune into later next weekend. On Saturday, May the 2nd, New York Renegades host Red Hook FC, a 7 p.m. kickoff in the UPSL Premier Northeast American North Division. And the following day, Sunday, May the 3rd, UCFSC Warriors faces Bulldogs SC, 7:30 p.m. kickoff in the American South Division, the one you're looking at right now. Cosmos looking to preserve their perfect record through 3 matches into 4. They've got a 1-0 lead. They've yet to concede on the season, have had a couple of close calls to this Pennsylvania Prime team to this point tonight. However, they remain perfect and still have the lead going into the second half. On top of the table, looking to distance themselves. 5 different teams on 9 points at this moment. The only one with a game in hand is the Cosmos, the only one undefeated. You guessed it, New York Cosmos B, as Julian Gomez gets ready to kick things off for the second 45. Just waiting for the whistle from the referee, Colby Johnson. And we are underway in the second half here at Hinchliffe Stadium. Peter Petresky and Omri Etienne. Canales looking to bounce that one to Daryl Etienne Jr. Got underneath it, and now Nigel Griffith with space to attack. Jaime. Eric Hernandez. Touch around J.C. Vizcaino Jr. And another touch around Azaldi, but a heavy one that brought him all the way out for a goal kick. The possession figures might suggest that Gianni Netzai hasn't had a whole lot to do, but he's been a bit busy, really, in that first half. Had to make a couple of big saves. The biggest one, late in the first 45, on Bradley Tarosi. Strong right hand to tap it over the bar. As the press intensifies from Tarosi, and Omri Etienne does well to find cousin Daryl Jr. Brilliant ball as well from Daryl Etienne. Danny Toban charging at Zachary Grimm. Toban into the penalty area. Back for Gomez. Cleared away. Owen Limbinus there again to put out the fire. That duo in the center defense has been strong for Prime FC. Owen Limbinus as well as Noah Myers have worked well together to put out fires. Cosmos have gotten into those dangerous areas like they did just a moment ago. Canales. Ouedraogo. And the switch for Kayvon Gray. Does well to keep it in play. Nudged out and back off Gray for a Pennsylvania Prime throw. That was Eric Hernandez. Former Temple Owl doing well to win the throw. Here he is again. Bounced off Bilal Mohammed. Now Silva. And Steven Riyad was looking to turn there. Or rather, Jonathan Hoff. And Danny Toban won the ball and earned the foul. Toban on the quick restart. State champion in high school, Danny Toban with Clifton. Part of an excellent team that produced a lot of players to the collegiate level. Nearly getting the better of that errant pass from net side was J.D. Hoff, the former Elizabethtown man. Recovering possession once again, New York Cosmos B. Good find from Kevin Silva. J.D. Hoff into Stephen Riyad, but recovering was Brian Canales. A little bit stoic there was Hoff, and now moving forward, go the Cosmos. Toban plays it, was looking for Gomez. Bit of a hospital ball, but Canales with a good bit of trickery there to get around one. Defended by J.D. Hoff. Good little flick for Toban. Now Vizcaino could have teed one up on his right, but we know he prefers his left. Instead, tried to funnel it through for Canales, and that one trickled all the way out for a goal kick. We've seen this a lot from teams at the professional level, whether the goal kick starts from the center back or the goal kick just gets a bounce back from his center back. Just to get the ball in play, and you have both the right and left to go to, the center back feeds it to the goalkeeper, as they've just done there, and that's helped alleviate some of the press. In the early 15-20 minutes of this match, it was a little bit more of a difficult endeavor for Pennsylvania Prime to play through the press. They've done well here, but that connection between central midfield to the attacking third eludes them again, as Remy Avaldi, the captain for the Cosmos B, wins it. And now Gomez. Switched for Omre Etienne. Here's Danny Toban. The bounce off Gomez, intercepted by Tarosi. And now Griffith with room to run. He's looked dangerous in these moments, but the speed of Toban does well to slow things down. Advantage seen by Colby Johnson. That's a lovely ball from Griffith. Jaime was looking to play it back in front and couldn't find the feet of Riyad or Tarosi. And in defense, Petreski with a good recovery. Daryl Etienne Jr. Lovely turn from Vizcaino, and now Kayvon Gray. Charging at Hernandez, good feet from Gray into the penalty area, across, and Silva with a kick save. Another corner to come for Cosmos B. It's their 6th now of the contest. JC Vizcaino to take the corner. Left-footed in-swinger to the back post, flicked away by Tarosi, and he drew the foul as well. Ouedraogo came in there a little bit too late for the referee's liking. So he'll come out of the back for Pennsylvania Prime. Live again at the feet of Silva. Lofted ball to the left wing position. Avaldi wins that over Griffith. Here's Gray. Griffith came in there to win it, and now forward from Hernandez. Nigel Griffith charging at the defense. Little Trivella pass for Riyad, cut around the back line. Clever ball, really. Even Riyad wasn't ready for it, and Omre Etienne does well to bounce off Petreski. And now Vizcaino can help play it out of the danger. Here's Danny Toban. Inside for Vizcaino. This is lovely counter-attacking stuff from Cosmos. Kayvon Gray had another player to his right of Valdi and didn't quite open his hips enough to play that all the way out. Intercepted by Hernandez. Lambinus. Was looking for Tarosi, intercepted by Ouedraogo. Inside for Gomez, little dink over the top. Lambinus there to cut it out. And Myers to play it out of the danger. Justin Jaime. Griffith. Far and away the most dangerous player in pink today. That's good bounce from Jaime. Mohamed. Owen Lambinus steps forward, trying to drive this ahead for Tarosi. Intercepted and fighting through a challenge is Danny Toban. Good surge of speed as well to get around J.D. Huff. And now advantage played by the referee. Still Danny Toban charging at the defense. He's going to take this one himself. Toban into the penalty area, through the keeper and off the post and out. Great solo run from Danny Toban. And a little touch from Kevin Silva, enough to keep it out of the back of the net, off the outside of the post. The 7th corner now for the home side. Into the 55th minute we go. The bravery of that run from Toban can't be understated. Starting all the way back into the defense from the left wing position to fight for the ball, win it, and dribble through as many as 4 different players. Cross from Canales left a lot to be desired there. It's cleared back to Vizcaino. And it gets through the sliding challenge of Huff into Canales. Good little trickery into the penalty area. Cross deflected away by Myers. Another corner. We'll do it again from the same side. 8 corners and counting for New York Cosmos B. Pressure mounting again on the Pennsylvania Prime defense. Canales to the top of the 6. Bounces. Still alive. Kayvon Gray fighting for it. Myers gets it cleared. Jaime can actually get it clear. But now Ouedraogo going to strike it from distance. Blocked away by Tarosi. Justin Jaime recovers. The former Marist Red Fox, good feet to get around Evaldi. And he thought he had his left back charging with him and instead knocks it all the way out for a throw. If not for good notice by the referee to come and call that one back. Advantage not seen. Free kick just beyond midfield. Now Kevin Silva's got to be careful. He could join Justin Jaime in the book for dissent. Referee Colby Johnson just having a word with him. Substitution pending on the far side for the visitors. Mind you that Jaime is on a yellow. This looked very dangerous in this second half though. We'll see if he's the one that they call off. Silva willing to take this one from just behind the halfway line. When they get set pieces, they're going to take their chances. The Cosmos have seen most of the ball. Let's see what they can do from here. Petreski, the one who got a touch to it. And I think this one went all the way out for a corner, despite the efforts from J.D. Huff to stave it in. Colby Johnson pointed for a corner, but I believe the offside flag came up first. Don't think the offside call had anything to do with the eventual play, though, so it will be a corner. It's the 4th corner now for the visitors. And we'll see if they bring in this substitution before that kick comes in. Debut with the club for Eric Hernandez this season. He's going to come off. Good hard work at the left back spot. And the change is made. Corner coming in from Riyadh. Clipped away by Ouedraogo again. Belly Mohamed back inside. Too much on it. Goal kick. We've talked about his work as a stabilizing force in central midfield, Abdul Ouedraogo, but he's been excellent as well on defending set pieces, attacking them. He's got a couple of decent looks on some of the Cosmos' corners. More importantly, has been intervening defensively in a big, big way. Here's Evaldi. Looks like JD Half is going to go all the way back to playing right back with that substitution that came in. Zachary Grimm going to take over on the left side, and the substitute Wilson Bibiano enters, the former Memphis Tiger, Easton PA native. Now Noah Myers. Bilal Mohammed bounces for Owen Lambinas. Silva finds Mohammed again. Heavy touch, but recovers and avoids the challenge from Canales, but with a backwards pass, the referee does not see advantage. Now a chance maybe to serve one in. Looks just like about outside of shooting distance. We'll see how Pennsylvania Prime approach this set piece opportunity. Justin Jaime standing over it. Four pink shirts waiting at the back post on the edge of the penalty area. Cosmos be holding a very high line. There's going to be a lot of space for Gianni Netsai to have to recover into between the back four and his goalkeeping line. The entire 18-yard box ripe for service here for Pennsylvania Prime. Stephen Riyad, as well as Jaime standing over it, the right and left-footed options. It's Jaime, he's going to strike this one. And connected with the ball well, just couldn't get it underneath the crossbar. Well high and out for a goal kick. Past the hour mark here at Hinchliffe Stadium. Still just 1-0 to New York Cosmos B. Goal in the 10th minute remains the decider to this point. And here's the goal scorer, Vizcaino Jr. Out wide for Kayvon Gray, met by Zachary Grimm. Gray into the penalty area, a couple of step overs, and a little roulette turner as well. But Grimm holds him up. Good cross, but punched away by Silva and cleared forcefully by Bradley Tarosi. Daryl Etienne. Peach of a ball for Omre Etienne. Going at JD Huff, stood up well by the Elizabethtown fullback. And Brian Canales whistled there for the foul. Toban with space forward. A challenge from Huff just a little bit late. Canales now out wide for Julian Gomez. Forward for Canales. This could be dangerous inside. Toban shot deflected away. Lambinas in recovery. Blocked what would have been a certain goal. Brilliant recovery in defense. Last-ditch effort from the Pennsylvania Prime back line. Keeping themselves in this game, really, it must be said. Julian Gomez, good burst of speed around Huff, but the recovery as well. Cutting inside, still Gomez, and a strike from distance. Just pulled it a little bit too far inside the near post. Going very quickly now, Pennsylvania Prime, catching the Cosmos off guard. Here's Jaime. On that hospital ball, Evaldi's got those all day long. Did run himself out of real estate on the near side. Here's Mohammed. He's getting a little bit chippier out there. As we force our way through this second half. Good win by Evaldi And now Gomez thought he had the goalkeeper off his line and put everything behind it, but lost his footing in the process and instead recovered in possession by Pennsylvania Prime. Growing more into this game in the second half, it must be said. Petroax whistled for the foul there. Not a whole lot in it, but I think the disagreement after the fact is what's going to earn him the yellow card as well. First Cosmos player to go into the book, Peter Petroax in the 64th minute. Well, the Cosmos have been putting on a show in the UPSL this season with their reserve team. The first team made their triumphant return to the New York area in the start of the USL League One 2026 season, playing in the third flight of professional football here in the United States. Although they were just humbled on the weekend by Brooklyn FC of the USL Championship, second division versus third division. Going quickly, Pennsylvania Prime. One out of the air by Evaldi. Myers happy to retreat for Silva. Long ball looking for Riyad, and Omre Etienne and Gianni Netsai do well to see that one all the way out for a goal kick. Folks, we'll remind you that today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Steven Riyad slow to get back to his feet there. He put just about everything into trying to keep that ball in play a moment ago and might have paid the price. Short bench for the visitors tonight. Not sure how many more options they have to choose from. Pretty long trip from the Lehigh Valley area to Paterson, New Jersey. Riyad looks like he could be able to continue, but he's going to have to step off for a moment for receiving the attention. I believe the game's going to have to start back up with a drop ball. And we're back underway. Daryl Etienne Jr. Etienne again. Now Omre Etienne. Brian Canales. With space, Kayvon Gray turns. Bounces for Vizcaino. And Nigel Griffith was there, and now Noah Myers uses Justin Jaime, but running into a little bit more trouble now. Back for Silva, and avoided the rush from Julian Gomez. Just only a matter of inches, and cleared it all the way back to the halfway line. Ouedraogo. Gomez. Evaldi. And Gray cutting inside. Good burst of speed from Kayvon Gray. Over for Toban. Abdul Ouedraogo. Good ball over to Omre Etienne. Just a few inches offside though. Flag is up on the near side. We've talked about the experience that some of these players hold. Kevin Silva, the former pro, of course, towards the top of that list. Julian Gomez, it must be said. Incredible career he's had to this point. Came up with Cedar Stars Academy, played at Monmouth University, was with FC Motown, played with New York City FC's reserve team before hopping over the pond playing in Denmark, as well as with Cibao, the Dominican Republic, a club that's actually qualified for the CONCACAF Champions Cup in recent years, before making his way back stateside with Cosmos B. He hasn't carved out much tonight, but has been electric through this point of the UPSL season. His 4 goals lead Cosmos B. Substitution for Pennsylvania Prime. Paul Hartman enters the match. It's his first touches on the ball there, but dispossessed by Abdul Ouedraogo, who silently has been one of the better players on the pitch tonight. He's been excellent on both sides of the ball. His target there was Gomez, but it's won out of the air by Myers and falls kindly for Jaime. Bounced off Bibiano. And now Hartman, defended by Omre Etienne, out for a throw on the far side. Owen Lambinus, the Parkland High School man, graduating in 2023. Good run forward from Zachary Grimm. Try to touch around Remy Evaldi, all over that. The Cosmos B captain. Gianni Netchai under pressure from Bibiani. Griffith and Grimm stepping forward, but that's lovely football to break the press from Cosmos B. Kayvon Gray has got Vizcaino to his right, and he uses him. J.C. Vizcaino Jr., the goal scorer, cutting back to his favorite left foot, top of the penalty area for Canales. Brian Canales with a heavy touch. And Tarosi there to clean it up and clear. Might not have had the time to do it, but a surging Denny Toban on the left wing side had loads of space, and you can see a little bit of frustration from him that the ball didn't find its way to him. Here's Vizcaino again. Canales. Great ball for Omre Etienne, who timed his run beautifully in front, looking for Gomez. Silva collapsed on it really nicely, and he can go quickly the other way. Space for Bilal Mohammed, a 3v3 if they hurry. Looking inside for Bibiani, but in recovery, look at that again, it's Toban. Mohammed does well, though, to win the corner in the end. It'll be the 5th corner for Pennsylvania Prime into the 72nd minute now. Time becoming a factor now for the visitors as they look to chew into this 1-0 lead. It's another fantastic recovery run from Danny Toban to cut that one out. It was a really good opportunity, the distribution from Silva. He's been very, very quick about getting those balls out early, and it worked there to get Mohammed running. But in the end, it was a 3v3, and he had 3 flat runners. It was only going to be a square pass to keep things moving. Easy enough to defend for a recovery run like Toban made. But now they have a chance from the corner. Wilson Bibiano stands over this one. 6 pink shirts in the penalty area, and Mohammed waiting on top of the box. This one into the edge of the 6. Jaime! And redirected it back away from goal, and now in an offside position is Bibiano. And Bradley Tarosi making his displeasure with the whistle known to the referee on the far side, Hector Rueda, but I think he might have had a better look at it, being as close to the corner kick taker as he was. Omre Etienne gets us back underway. What a great ball from the corner, Bibiano. And Jaime only got to it late, and very difficult to put it back on frame from that angle. And instead, offside is the decision, and it goes the other way. Brilliant work to hold it up from Kayvon Gray. It's a lovely ball in behind as well from Canales. Julian Gomez. Back for Gray. Inside for Canales. The flag is down, flicked back for Gray. This is beautiful. Kayvon Gray's shot deflected. I believe that was J.D. Hoff who took the brunt of it, and he might have paid the price again. That moment had everything but the finish. Beautiful one-touch football between Gray and Canales on the edge of the penalty area, and Gray was set up beautifully. The strike off his left foot just went a little bit wayward from goal and hit Hoff right in the midsection, who did well to come over and close down the lane. I don't think that one was actually going to end up on target in the end. But it must be said, that was brilliant stuff. And now a yellow card shown to the bench of Pennsylvania Prime, just off to the left of your screen, folks. Colby Johnson making the run all the way from the Cosmos penalty area to Dave Cartwright on the far side visitors bench. And now 3 substitutes getting prepared to enter the game for Cosmos B as they look to close things out and perhaps add another to seal the victory. Griffith defended beautifully by Remy Avaldi. Gomez around Grimm. Now the cross. No one in there to receive it. And now picked up by Hartman. Hartman waiting for the run from Bibiano. Good surge across the back line from Wilson Bibiano. Just got caught underneath his feet and won by Petresky. Toban looking to play it back for Vizcaino. Wins a throw. And let's see those substitutions come in now for the home side. Actually, still going to wait on those subs. Good bounce from Gomez to Toban into the penalty area. Looking across, he had Gray on the edge of the 6-yard box. Cleared away by Myers. The 9th corner kick now to come for the Cosmos. Danny Toban to serve this one in. An in-swinger off the right foot. 3 players waiting to defend the counterattack. This one goes to the edge of the box where Drago flicks it back in. Easy save for Silva. Seems to be a magnet with the ball towards Abdul Ouedraogo, especially when things are in the air. Hartman brings it down off the good distribution from Silva. Omre Etienne whistled for the foul, and another chance to serve one in. Belal Mohammed standing over it, and now the substitutions will come in. And this is interesting. Oftentimes you don't see substitutions made when you're about to defend a set piece. Defending corners, defending deep free kicks can turn into a marking nightmare for the team that's making those changes, and especially because one of these changes is coming in defense. Peter Petresky is coming off, as well as Brian Canales and the goal scorer J.C. Vizcaino Jr. We'll see how they deal with these changes. The first thing you do on a football pitch being to defend a dangerous free kick like this against a team that's grown into the game really in this second half can be a daunting task. Let's see what the Cosmos can muster up in defense and what the Pennsylvania Prime can punch their way. Jonathan Gutierrez, the Garfield, New Jersey native, checks in. As well as Hostin Reyes. Now the ball from Mohammed to the back post. Open is Lambinus, deflects off Avaldi, and Gutierrez clears. Just the faintest of touches from Avaldi. Otherwise, it could have been a tap-in for Owen Lambinus. Kayvon Gray going the other way. Lambinus in recovery to knock it out. Hostin Reyes now to take the throw. The TSF Academy man. Now the final substitution will come in for the Cosmos. Julian Gomez's night is over. Also entering the match moments ago, Gavin Ferracchio. From Washington, New Jersey, came out of the very, very good program, Washington United. Had trials with Numancia in Spain and Fleetwood Town in England in years past. He's got 1 goal on the season. Reyes gets us back started with the throw. And the substitute, Ferracchio, wins the free kick with his first touch of the ball. Esteban Molina, the former Red Bull New York Academy man. Came through a very good class of that academy as well. Name you might recognize, John Tolkien, longtime teammates with Esteban Molina Garcia, number 15 in white. Gavin Faracchio stands over the corner, the free kick. A one-man wall with Nigel Griffith. Imagine if they were able to defend this and send it the other way. He'll be off to the races with the space in front of him. Faracchio's free kick. Good ball, one out of the air. It was Mohammed who knocked it out for a corner. Into double digits now for the Cosmos. And if Faracchio is the taker here, this will be the first time we've seen an outswinger from the corner on either side tonight. Faracchio can't get it by the first defender again. The clearance from Mohammed left a little to be desired. It's going to be another corner, the 11th now for the home side. Bit of a better ball from Faracchio, not cleared and fell back. Here's Gray. Around Silva, still Gray. He's got numbers in the box. Inside, tipped on and in. They've gotten their second. Danny Toban scores. The patience from Kayvon Gray to serve it in. And it's an 81st minute doubler. 2-0 the Cosmos lead. And that could be the dagger. A delicate cross from Kayvon Gray. And the easiest of finishes for Danny Toban on the back post. And when you have 11 corners, it's only a matter of time before one finds the back of the net. The second chance effort, they stuck with it. Gray does really, really well to have the patience to outlast the charges from the goalkeeper. Silva to wait for the defense and wait for his teammates to arrive in a good position in front of the box. A dink of a cross. Toban volley out of the air to make it 2-0. I said it might be the dagger. We've still got about 10 minutes in stoppage time to go. What can Pennsylvania Prime do in these final 10 minutes? Can they make the Cosmos start to sweat a little bit? Held up nicely by Molina. But one back in the end by the Cosmos. In the middle of the park, here's Jonathan Gutierrez. Good ball from Faracchio. Giving chase is Toban, the goal scorer. And he's going to be whistled for the foul there. Jonathan Gutierrez came out of Garfield, New Jersey. So plays in the UPSL with SC Vistula Garfield. Helped them qualify for the U.S. Open Cup earlier this year. They were unfortunately bounced out by one Knoxville SC, who recently took down DC United, so no shame in losing to them. Here's Faracchio. Back for Molina. Esteban Molina in the box. Here's Molina. Off the side, netting it out. Silva might have had that angle covered. But if the second wasn't the dagger, that surely would have been. Under 8 minutes to go at Hinchliffe Stadium. If the result stands, it'll be perfect. Continued perfection from Cosmos B. They would cruise to their 4th win out of 4. They'd have 10 goals on the year and 0 conceded for Pennsylvania Prime. They end the weekend where they started, 3rd to last on just 1 point. This is a bit dangerous though. Justin Reyes can't get clear, and the chance fell in the end. Almost ended up being a really dangerous chance for Liam Behrens, who came in off the bench. Nigel Griffith was there on the errant clearance from Reyes, and the second ball fell for Behrens, but a bit too sharp of an angle to redirect it back on frame. And Reyes might have caught himself as well, limping off that right leg as the Cosmos look to come out of the back. Barron's the latest substitute. Back to that in a moment, though. Molina could be through here on the flick from Ferracchio. Holding it up nicely. Molina. Didn't get enough on that, and Silva going to go the other way. Over the head of Reyes. Here's Nigel Griffith. 2 players in the box for Griffith. Cutting it back instead. Bibiano, Wilson Bibiano, blocked away by Daryl Etienne Jr. End-to-end action here as Tobon charges the other way. Danny Tobon going to keep it himself. Tobon fires, blocked away by Lambinas. Back again for Danny Tobon. Switching it out wide for Gray. Lots on that one. Too much, really. Out for a throw. Liam Barron's the latest substitute for Pennsylvania Prime. Plays his high school ball at Notre Dame Green Pond from Easton, Pennsylvania in the class of 2027. And here's Barron's. Picked off by Ferracchio, and a bit of a slip there. No foul given, but kept alive. Molina ahead for a charging Gutierrez. One back by Lambinas again. Now here's Myers. Bit of trouble there, but does well to get away from Gutierrez. Challenge from Gutierrez from behind and a bit late. We'll see if a card comes out of the pocket for that one. A bit dangerous, and it does. Jonathan Gutierrez, the second Cosmos player to go into the book here in the 86th minute. Flicked on by Griffith. In behind now, Pennsylvania Prime. Here's Hartman. Recovery from Reyes. And the shouts from his teammates. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Didn't get the ball off his feet. Brilliant flick from Griffith to put him in behind. They've had good chances. Griffith, ball to the back post. Too much on it for Hartman. Fighting for it with Danny Tobon. Tobon getting away from 2. And the first foul called. Good refereeing there from Johnson, who wanted to play advantage but couldn't see it. And that one comes back. Another chance to slow things down for the Cosmos. Now their lead doesn't look so fragile with Tobon having scored in the 81st minute. Second ball falls for Molina. Looking inside for Gray. Too strong on the challenge there. Foul whistled. Now going quickly. Prime FC looking to turn things quick. Hartman leaves it for Jaime, but he was tripped up in the process. Foul whistled on Omre Etienne. Good touch from Bibiano around Daryl Etienne Jr. Can he find Griffith? Nigel Griffith with it. Cuts back inside on Justin Reyes. And I think we're going to see a penalty here. Lifeline for Pennsylvania Prime FC in the 88th minute. Justin Reyes thought maybe he got the ball, but caught maybe a little bit of Griffith as well. And now that perfect defensive record in a bit of peril here in the 88th minute. And a chance to make it a game once again. No surprise that it's Nigel Griffith preparing to take this penalty. Justin Reyes, his sliding challenge was certainly in recovery on that move from Griffith. He might have gotten both the ball and the man. Not sure. We'll have to take another look at that. But a close call, a decisive decision though, in the end from Johnson, who was quick to whistle to it. Now Nigel Griffith has a chance to cut the lead in half. It's the 89th minute now. Not sure how much time we'll have after. But a potential moment to flip the game back into balance. Gianni Nuetchai stands in goal from the penalty spot. It's Nigel Griffith, stutters and scores, nearly saved by Nuetchai, got a hand to it, but they've cut it in half, and for the first time this season, New York Cosmos B have given up a goal. Griffith with a good penalty, he draws the penalty, he scores the penalty. He's been the danger man all night for Pennsylvania Prime, and he's the first player all season to put one behind the Cosmos. 2-1, the Cosmos lead. We'll see how much time we've got left. We're into the 90th minute now at Hinchliffe Stadium. Good run from Omri Etienne. Molina fouled there by Lambinas, and he's got to be careful. He could go into the book now for his descent. And it's about game management now if you're the Cosmos. That Danny Tobon goal minutes ago, all the more important. And there is a yellow card for Owen Lambinas. This is certainly within shooting range. Let's see how they approach it. On goal and just over the frame. Silva had it the whole way. Good effort though from Esteban Molino. And now we are past the full 90. Stoppage time away from the whistle. We'll see how much time Colby Johnson wants to add. Flicked on by Jaime and cleared. Griffith gets it back into touch, and Jaime throws it in. Around the challenge from Reyes. Was almost about to whistle it. Colby Johnson, now Reyes can play it out. Faracchio can't clear, it falls for Ouedraogo. And his challenge goes through Mohammed. No whistle from the referee. Hartman looking in behind. Jaime giving chase. Nuetchai will cover it up. And now a whistle as Mohammed's down. He'll get some attention from the referee. Really strong challenge between him and Ouedraogo. Looked like a 50-50 from where we're stood. The ball's going to go to the referee here. Another drop ball. Not sure how much time we've got left. We're into the 92nd minute now. Medechi takes it long. Molina fighting for it with J.D. Hoff. The Cosmos pick it up. Danny Tobon from Gutierrez. And now Ouedraogo. Bit of a hospital ball going back. Ivaldi just put his foot through it. J.D. Hoff sees it out for a throw. Could be the final chance to push things forward for the visitors. Owen Lambinas lunges it forward. Picked off by Ouedraogo, who retreats for Ivaldi. And all the way back for Nuetchai. Driven ball. Grimm the first to it. And wins the second ball with Gray fighting. Numbers ahead now. And Griffith wanted to get a Trivella inside for Hartman, and instead only hit it straight into the path of Nuetchai. Myers wins the first ball. The second falls for Gutierrez, who plays it forward for Tobon. 94th minute now. Danny Tobon can take more time away. Cuts back inside. Plays it inside for Gray. A little bit risky there to try to go at goal in that moment. Now going quickly, here's Grimm. Glance to the watch from Colby Johnson. Jaime around Faracchio, looking to combine with Griffith, knocked out by Daryl Etienne Jr. Mohamed, Faracchio charging at the defense. Myers leaves it for Silva. Justin Reyes wins it and knocked out last off Wilson Bibiano. Reyes throws it in, and that will be the final moment of the match. Full-time whistle coming from the referee, Colby Johnson. 95 minutes, but we do have full time. In the end, New York Cosmos B wins 2-1 over Pennsylvania Prime. J.C. Vizcaino Jr. opened the scoring in the 10th minute. Danny Toban added an insurance goal in the 81st that ended up becoming the winner because of an 89th minute penalty from Nigel Griffith that made things cagey at the end, but the Cosmos hold on. They remain perfect through 4 matches. They stand alone atop of the table in the 2026 Spring UPSL Premier Northeast American South Division. 12 points out of 12 available. They win it 2-1. We'll be back with a word from a member of the Cosmos in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petroax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish. Flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petroax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Back at Hinchliffe Stadium, the final score, NY Cosmos B2, Pennsylvania Prime FC 1. I'm here with Remy Evaldi and Daryl Etienne Jr. A great 2-1 win. Didn't keep the clean sheet in the end, but the important thing, Remy, I'll start with the captain, is 3 points. You remain perfect on the season, 4 wins out of 4. How's the group feeling after that one?
Yeah, definitely. We feel really confident. There's always a high morale in training, and we just got to keep going week in and week out. It could have been more. I think we should have put the game away a lot earlier. We had a lot of chances, but that's how the game is sometimes, and we just have to manage as the game goes on.
And speaking of managing the game, both of you guys playing in the back, being part of that anchor that's kept the ball out of the back of the net so long this season, an unfortunate penalty at the end, but for you guys to have the resilience to go through, Daryl, and see out the win, what does that say for the character of this group to be able to manage the game in that way?
Should I hold this?
I think we can catch you.
It says that our standards are pretty high. We definitely demand a lot from each other in training and in games as well. It's unfortunate for us to not get the clean sheet. At the end of the day, things happen. This is football. From my angle, it's not a penalty, but my opinion doesn't matter, right? So we just got to get on with it, keep the standards high, and we just keep pushing. I have a lot of confidence, a lot of faith in this group, and so does our coaching staff as well.
And Remy, in the end, you guys find that second goal that ultimately ends up being the difference maker. For a while there, you mentioned you could have gotten more. So many chances in this game. You controlled the game. What does it say for this group to be able to control the games, even when the ball's not going in the back of the net like it wasn't tonight? You eventually get that second one. It's enough for 3 points. Again, what does that say about this group to be able to fight through those moments?
Yeah, it just means that we have a great coaching staff. We know how to keep the ball. We have great players on the field. And I just think it says a lot about the depth of our group. We even had a lot of the younger guys come on, and they played a great role. And then just us being leaders like me, Daryl, Peter as well, who's not here. But we've just been keeping the group tight and then just making sure that we have to do what we got to do to get the 3 points and then just manage the game as much as possible. And
Daryl, we got the final word. 4 wins out of 4. The rest of the season, you guys are going to look to keep that going, going to look to keep the ball out of the back of the net. What is the message now in the locker room for the next matches for the remainder of this season?
I would say that the message for us in the locker room is that we have to keep going, is that we're far from finished. The job is absolutely not done, and we've got to keep our standards high, and we have to continue to execute day in and day out, sessions and in games.
So for Daryl Etienne Jr., Remy Evaldi, Jorge Espinoza behind the camera, I've been James Burley. NY Cosmos B2, Pennsylvania Prime 1, the final score from Hinchliffe Stadium. Thanks for joining us on Game and Frame.